the back end is quite lively, but you can feel the slides coming a mile off. Whoa, oh, whoa.
What is the fastest electric car in the world? Nope, it's not a Tesla, and it's not a Porsche Taycan. It is a Formula E racing car. Today, I'm gonna find out how fast this thing is, what it feels like to drive, and also what happens when a regular Joe takes on a trained professional in his own car.
This particular Formula E racer is the DS E-Tense FE21, belonging to DS Techeetah, two-time winners of the Formula E Championship. It's raced by Jean-Eric Vergne and Antonio Felix da Costa and is one of the most competitive packages on the grid.
And I have somehow convinced them to let me have a go in it. Let me show you around first of all. They're such beautiful cars, these things. They look unbelievable. I always wince whenever I see these things have a shunt in a race because they are gorgeous to look at. They don't have overly fussy front ends like on a Formula One car. They're pretty simple, pretty sleek with these covered wheels. The middle sections don't have those hugely complex barge boards you find on Formula One cars. It's all relatively uncluttered and free-flowing. Towards the back, you get this enormous rear diffuser, which does generate some downforce, but note the absence of a huge rear wing. This isn't about total downforce because the cornering speeds are relatively low in comparison to some other formulas. This thing is all about mechanical grip and, crucially, driver skill.
And on that subject, this is Antonio Felix da Costa, one of only a handful lucky enough to race these cars. He's one of the sport's top drivers, one of the toughest to go up against, but also one of the best to learn from, especially when it comes to the basic controls.
Antonio, you're the expert when it comes to driving this car. Tell me about your steering wheel.
Well, you've had a little bit of a cheat way into our car, man, because I've had to read the 60-page manual to get it, you know, to learn everything about this. But loads of information, loads of stickers, loads of buttons. Also here at the back, 3 paddles each side. But yeah, like a button that stands out immediately is obviously the little star, and this is our attack mode button, which we get to use 2 or 3 times a race. It depends, and we get extra power for a certain amount of time. Also the fan boost one, also an extra power, which I love. Everything that is extra power, they're my favorite buttons.
Yes.
This one here, this rotary here, is more energy management related. So let's say if the race is a lap longer or shorter, we have to go to lap, and then I go plus or minus. These paddles here at the back, it's plus and minus.
And you're doing this like while going very quickly.
Very quickly and fighting a lot of aggressive drivers. Yeah. But it's fine. And then the one on the left is all like performance and chassis related. So we have all the braking softwares. You know, we can tweak our brakes at high pressure, low pressure, brake bias.
Okay, you've got different power modes there. You've got FP1 and FP2,
exactly,
right?
Yeah. We have FP1, FP2, which is 220 kilowatts next year. And then the qualifying modes will be 250 kilowatts next year again, before we go into Gen 3, where the cars will have a lot more power.
Okay, right. I think it's time for me to get changed.
Your turn, man.
This is mine.
Have fun. Don't crash it. I'm gonna need it later.
Listen, I will not crash. I will not crash.
Are you sure?
We'll see.
Okay, don't crash. No pressure. So here's the thing. DS are limited on how much testing they can do during a season. So I thought, why not do a lap for fun, set a time, and see how that compares to the Costa. But before that, a very important piece of business. Burnout.
What did he say? Right paddle, burn ready, get in. Light her up. Oh, yes. That'll do. Now, might as well do a launch, or a jump as the DS team call it. Foot on the brake, jump ready, match that to that, and drop it. Here we go. Oh yeah. Oh, woohoo. Yeah. It's lively. Doesn't hang about, does it? The back end is stepping out there. Oh my God. Yeah. I'm gonna try and get a time from the race engineer now. I jump on the radio. Hey Gigi, what's the damage on that?
It's 0 to 62 in 4.2 seconds.
All right, yeah, that's decent. I mean, it's not bad in these conditions. Apparently, they can do 2.8 in the dry, but I'll take that because it's quite wet out here. Now, today, I've got access to 2 driving modes, FP1 and FP2. It's only to keep it in FP1 while I get used to the power, but I want to feel the power, so I'll whack it into FP2. And the torque is just immediate. The back end, quite lively, but you can actually feel the slides coming a mile off. Whoa! Whoa! Oh, no! Oh, no!
Keep it going. Oh, man. Okay, so the thing you need to know about these cars is that the torque is instant. Put your foot down half a second too early. Whoa! Half a degree too much and it just lights up the rear. Maybe I should have left that in FE1. Lesson learned though. I'm gonna blame the conditions. Yeah, not me.
Okay, so that you find limit.
Oh man, I don't think he's happy.
Oh, box now. Box now.
Okay mate, copy that. Pit confirm.
GG wasn't over the moon, but he wasn't mad at me either. Turns out he wanted to go over some of the early telemetry to show me where I was going wrong. The first thing to keep in mind is that this generation of Formula E car is quite tricky to drive. Also, these tyres aren't the same as the rubber used during actual races, so grip is limited today, particularly in these conditions. In other words, don't be an idiot. While I got my debrief and while the car was still in one piece, Tonio took over to get some laps of his own. He was later and smoother on the brakes, carried better speed through the corners, and generally put on the kind of show you'd expect of a professional racing driver. He was here with a team at this test day to learn and gain experience with the car rather than trying to race me, but watching his performance gave me plenty of insight. By the end of his run, he'd set a lap time of 1 minute 35.8, decent around these parts. And then it was my turn.
Okay, you know what? I think I've learned a fair bit watching Antonio and listening to Gigi, and I'm going to try and push on this lap safely. So on the next flying lap, I'm going to try and see how close I can get to his time. I think there's about 11 corners on this track. If I can lose less than a second for each corner and finish within sort of 10 seconds of his time, I'm going to take that as some sort of win. Okay, come on, let's go, go! Right, don't mess up the first corner. A little bit of a lock up there, that's cost me time. Come on, focus, Reed, focus. Okay, this big right-hander, this one's a bit tricky because it's a double apex. Just gotta kiss the first one, let it run out wide here and kiss the second. That's all right. Patience now, down the hill. Okay, on the power. Lean on this left-hander here, power up the hill. Push. Just gotta mentally prepare for not this corner, kiss that apex, that's all right, but the next one, which is where I spun earlier, just got to focus on this one. Maybe take it at maybe 7/10, don't want to bin this thing, that's all right. I know I'm losing time here, but yeah, better safe than sorry. Nearly on the grass, no, we made it through. No, a little bit of a snap there on the exit, but that's all right. Just got to carry plenty of speed through this right-hander. That's decent. All right, good. Now get on the brakes. Don't lock up here. Don't lock up. That's much smoother, I think. Lean it into this left-hander here, and then on the power, up the hill. That's all right. I'm still here. I'm still in business as we head towards the corkscrew. This is scary. Oh, it's a slow corner, but it is sketchy. Okay, we're through. All apexes collected nicely there. Up the hill. One corner left, come on. Just gotta focus, don't mess this up. All right, here we go, patience. Can we kiss the apex? That's okay. Right now, all the power, all the torque, send it towards the end. Come on, Reed. Come on, you got this. Woo! Ha! Yeah, all right.
That was much more intense than I was anticipating. It's properly full on, especially in this weather. I'm actually shaking. I did not expect that. Wow.
The end result was obviously pretty conclusive. According to the engineers, the Costa managed a 1 minute 35.8. My time was a 1 minute 44.3. 8.5 seconds off the pace. Some of that I'd like to attribute to my run being in slightly wetter conditions, the rest to the fact that I'm not a Formula E driver and Antonio is awesome at his job. During our debrief, it seems I lost most of my time on the high-speed corners, which is to be expected when you're unsure of where the limits are and you've had a spin earlier in the day. Having said that, we were closer in the low-speed sections.
We are exactly the same. In fact, I'm a little bit ahead of you.
You're a little bit quicker.
Yeah, and better exit.
Better exit, and then that one also. The little corkscrew, you were pretty good as well.
Wow, that's, total fluke, but I'll take it.
Yeah. Did you cut the track there or not?
Yeah, I went straight on.
The DS FE22 is a car you have to hustle in order to be quick. Where F1 cars need a lot of stability, it pays to be aggressive with a Formula E car, particularly in the steering and particularly in these conditions. That's where you find the time. On the flip side, it also pays to be less aggressive on the brakes, as it's so easy to lock up the fronts. Fine details aside, one thing I've come away with is the fact that Formula E is fun. These cars are brilliant to drive, faster and way more intense than you might think, and their drivers deserve plenty of credit. A special shout out from me goes to DS and Antonio Felix da Costa.
Well, this is amazing. I mean, congratulations. I mean, you beat me.
Yeah.
Let that be said. But
My day's done now.
it wasn't as big a gap as I expected. But what a thrill! What an amazing machine. And
What do you think? You like it?
I'd love to have a go, man. Whenever you're busy, when you need a holiday, just call me.
I might do that. Probably next year when I wrap up the championship early, then you can have the last.
Yes, that's a deal.
Awesome.
Cheers, buddy.
You're welcome.